you are an entrepreneur in the teacher space, then you have probably heard of something called a free resource library from pretty much any teacher blogger that you come across. It's a very common thing in our niche to have a whole set of freebies that teachers can go and download for free in exchange, of course, for being on your email list. And I recently have gotten this question many times. How do you make a free resource library? So we're gonna answer that question in today's video. If you are new around here, hi, my name is Becca. I teach elementary music and I started a blog all about elementary music way back in 2017. And I created a free resource library to go along with it. Now, I looked up how to do it, and honestly, the way that you had to do it cost money, and I was like, I don't have any of money.
Tons of money? We have no money.
So I did not do that, and instead I figured something out on my own. So I will share both that way, how I figured out on my own, did it for free on my website, and then also I will share another free option that you can do even if you don't have a website. So if you want to have those freebies for teachers, then you can have that. First off, we're going to talk about what a free resource library is, why you would want to do it. We're also going to talk about a couple potential things that aren't quite as great about the free resource library, and then we will talk about the 2 different ways that you can create them. I will timestamp them, so if you want to jump over to whatever you are interested in, then you can do that right now. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are a teacher blogger or an aspiring teacher blogger or a TPT seller. Hit that down below. Now, a free resource library is really great because it allows you to give a lot of content away for free. And if you're like, Becca, why would I want to give away content for free? You want to give content away for free because that helps people to find you, like you, trust you, and want to use your paid resources. So when you give some stuff away for free, then people are like, oh, well, if I got that for free, then what can I get in these paid resources? And so it encourages them to go and purchase things from you. And also, again, it makes them like you and trust you more because you gave them free stuff, and hopefully they liked it. And so they're like, oh, cool, Becca knows what she's talking about. So the next time they come across my resource in TPT, they might purchase mine over someone else's just because they recognize my name. So that is the benefit to you for a free resource library. The other thing about a free resource library is that you will typically do this in exchange for an email address. So if someone gives you an email address, you give them access to the free resource library. This is great because that allows you to collect emails and do email marketing. And y'all, if there is one thing you can get out of these videos, it is to start your email list ASAP. Even if you don't know what you're gonna do with it yet, go ahead and start it because it is such a game changer, and the sooner you start it, the more you can collect. I will leave a link to our email videos down below so you can check out more about that. So that's kind of the basis of a free resource library. It's just a place people can go where they can get a bunch of free stuff. That's also why you would like it. One potential downfall to a free resource library, and this is something that I did not do at first, is that it can kind of be like a big conglomeration of stuff. So if you just have one link to how to sign up for your free resource library and you just put it everywhere, then 1, people might not necessarily know what they're getting, and 2, you can't target them later and you don't know where they came from. So it's not super specific. Why those are issues: 1, people don't necessarily know what they're getting. That can be difficult because if you're like, who do I want more emails in exchange for mysterious things? Probably not. So one way that I kind of overcome that is that I talk about specific resources in my free resource library. So for example, if I am doing a blog post about jazz music, I will mention in there that I have a jazz freebie that they can get in the free resource library, and I'll kind of describe it and probably put a picture of it in there. That way, while they're reading, that one is relevant, and also they can see at least one thing that's in there. And then I can also say, you know, there are other things, and I'll usually put a paragraph and say, like, it includes, you know, rhythm cards and this, that, and the other. I teach music, by the way. So that's one way that I kind of get over that. The other thing is, if I don't have anything specific that goes along with the lesson that I'm talking about, then I'll just tell them kind of a variety. So I'll say included in the free resource library are level 1 rhythm cards and a jazz resource and different things like that, and kind of list them out. I don't list everything, but I'll list 2 or 3 so that people are intrigued enough to be like, ooh, I would like free rhythm cards. That's a great idea. And then they will want to join the email list in order to do that. Now, problem number 2 I told you was that it can be hard to know where people are coming from. So I did this for a long time. I had the same landing page for my free resource library for years and years and years. And then I was like, huh, I don't know what resource any of these people are interested in. So I started to change this, and what I've been doing is I still allow people access to the free resource library, but I've been making separate landing pages for the different resources since I've made new resources. So I didn't go back and do all those because no one's got time for that. But from now on, this is the plan. So when I made that jazz resource, I made a landing page for the jazz resource, and I talked about the jazz resource in it, and that way I can see how many people have come for that jazz resource. And then later I can target them with other jazz lessons and other jazz ideas. I actually created a whole funnel to help sell my jazz resources to the people who downloaded the free jazz resource. So that's a really great way that you can do it. Everyone still gets access to the free resource library, but they get whatever they wanted immediately, and it's just nice and easy that way. 2 issues that I have seen with a free resource library and 2 ways I've overcome them. The other issue I've seen with a free resource library is when you give everything away for free. You don't want to give away too much for free, because then people will never come to purchase anything because they'll never get through it. If you have like a 100-page math worksheet file, people are either going to get overwhelmed and not use any of them, or it's going to take them so long to get to the end of them that they're not going to need anything else. So instead of a 100-page math worksheet, maybe you do like, here's 3 pages or something like that. You know, kind of think of it as like, could someone use this in 1 class period or in 1 week and be done with it? Because that's kind of enough time to use it, like it, and then want more, but not so long that they forget who you are. So try to keep it like under a week of time so that people are not like just super overwhelmed by how much information you've given them. I actually have some printed out free ebooks sitting in my closet that I got because I was like, oh cool, free ebooks. I've never even looked at them. I know that's so horrible, but it was like, it was too much. It was too much. And so I've never looked at them. I've never used them. And I was like, well, that was a waste of paper and ink. So there's that. Be careful with what you have. So I suggest kind of a variety of different things, but keep them all to kind of like 1 class period or like 1 week. So it's not just so much information, it is overkill. That being said, let's jump on into the tutorial portion. So there's 2 different ways that you can do this. Number 1 is going to require a website, specifically a WordPress website. If you do not have a website, I will link SiteGround down below. That is how I have my website through. So they're the ones who host it. So they're the ones who like make it look like a website. And I use WordPress through SiteGround. So that's what I use. Highly, highly, highly recommend. I have multiple websites. They all run on that. And so I'll leave that link down below. It is affiliate, by the way. So if you happen to click it and then buy a website, then I do get a little kickback, but it's not much. And also you totally don't have to. You can go use it, but I do recommend SiteGround regardless of whether you click the link or not. Okay, so here we are in the back area of my Becca's Bible Class website, and so we are going to create a free resource library for free on your end. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to Pages, and this is for if you have a WordPress website specifically. You can probably do it with other platforms, but I don't know how, because this is how I do it. So I'm going to come over here to the side to Pages, and I'm going to click Add New. Okay, so then I'm going to title it so I don't get confused. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to Visibility, and where it says Public, you're going to click Password Protected, and then you're going to put your password in here. So I'm going to put the password demo. I always do mine in all uppercase because I just think that's easier to remember. So now when people come, they will see this. So this is my Becca's Music Room website, and so when I click on Free Resource Library, this is all you see. And you have to click in the password in order to see anything. And when you do, then you can see the whole thing. So it'll say password protected up at the top. It's got whatever you've put. And then this is how I do mine, and this is what I'm going to show you. So what you're going to do is after you have that password protected, then you're going to type in whatever you need to, and then you're going to add some pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to upload an image. And to make it really simple, I'm just going to use a thumbnail from a product that I posted. So this is obviously not at all going to be what's going to go up there, but it will at least show us, you know, kind of like what we need to do. I'm going to make it a bit smaller because it's really big. You can make these covers in Canva, which is a free platform. I'll leave a link to it down below, and I will also leave a link to a video for how to do that. So I'm going to do that, and then here is the magic. So then I'm going to come over to media, and I'm going to add new, and then I'm going to upload whatever it is that's free. So for example, here's a freebie that I have in my resource library. And so it's going to give you this file URL. I'm going to copy the URL to the clipboard. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click link, and I'm going to paste that URL in there. Now, obviously, again, these don't match, but when you click there, what's going to happen? Oh, freaking out. What's going to happen is that you'll come to this. So this is a freebie in my Becca's Bible class, and it is a snowflake object lesson that like has everything you need in it. And so that's basically the thing. So this is a freebie you can get. It's nice and long. It's like a whole lesson that you can use. I'll leave it down below as well in case you're interested in that. But if this was part of my free resource library, then I would just click that button and I would go straight there. Easy peasy. Now, if you have a Google resource, then all you need to do is go to your drive. Go to whatever you've got going on that you want to add to your free resource library. Click on share. We're going to click copy. And then we're going to open a new tab. I'm going to paste it in, but you see this part right here where it says like the edit US whatever sharing. I'm going to delete that, and instead I'm going to write copy. So this is called forcing a copy. So now when people click on this link, it will take them to this page, and they will have to make a copy. And once they make a copy, then they will have their own separate file of it, which means it's not going to mess with your file of it. So you want to make sure that you get that copy in there so that people don't accidentally mess up your file. And then you can do the same thing, and you can just, you know, link it here. Bloop, bloop. Okay, so that's how you create the free resource library. It's just a password protected page, and then whatever you're going to write, and then use little pictures to show, you know, what each thing is. You could do just like a box with the title or a picture of it. Obviously this is like boom card, so that's definitely not what we're going to use, but that's kind of the basis of how you create your free resource library. Now, to make sure that people can get to this, what you're going to do is you're going to create a landing page. So if you use MailChimp, which is what I currently use, I'll leave a link to it down below. We're going to click on create landing page. Oh, that doesn't matter because it's not real. Doesn't matter. I usually pick this one because I think it's the easiest to deal with because it just doesn't have as much stuff on it. So then what you'll do is you'll fill all this stuff out, and then you're going to come over and you're going to click create email automated email subscribers or welcome new subscribers. So either welcome new subscribers or email subscribers when they're tagged. And what you're going to do is you're going to put in that email what the password is and explain this is the password for everybody and all of that kind of stuff so that they understand the whole like concept of the free resource library. So you'll have your landing page. You'll go to save and close. And once you publish this, then you will get that link right here that you will put wherever. So like in your Instagram link or in your YouTube videos or in your blog, just like in the title, you can say like, click here to join the free resource library, put this link. When they click on that link, it'll take them to this landing page. They'll sign up, and then they will immediately get that new email that says, hey, this is the link to the page, and here is the password. So that's how you set up a free resource library in your website. By the way, one issue that I have found with this type of free resource library is that everyone has the same password, and I send it in every single one of my emails. But despite that, I still have people sending me emails, and they're like, I forgot my password to the free resource library. How do I reset it? And I'm like, people, read your dang email, because it's in literally every single email. At the bottom of every single email, I say, here's the password to the free resource library. I don't change it that often. I do change it, but I don't change it that often. And so it's like kind of frustrating to me that I get these all the time. Of course, I don't say it in a frustrating way. I'm just like, I'm so sorry that you're having trouble. Let me get right on that. Here's the password. It's all the same password. Check your dang email. All right, way number 2 to create a free resource library without even having a website is actually gonna be in your Google Drive. This is a super easy one to set up, but there is one big problem to it. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a folder with all the freebies in it, and we're gonna put it on view only and allow people to have that sharing link. The issue with this one is that if someone has access to the folder, if you add something new to the folder, they automatically get that. So they could potentially unsubscribe from your list and continue to get those free resources. So just to be aware of that. I wouldn't be like stressed out about it, but it is a factor. So just so that you know that that's a problem. I did want to let you know that ahead of time, but it is a super, super easy way to do your free resource library. So it might be worth it to you anyway. So let's hop right into that one.
Now, if you want to set up a free resource library and you do not have a website, then this is my suggestion. What you're going to do is you're going to come to your Google Drive and you're going to make a folder. This is actually what I've got going on for Becca's Bible class right now because I just thought it would be easier. So this is my Becca's Bible class folder. These are all the freebies, almost all the freebies, because I need to add that snowflake one in here. But this is most of the freebies that I have so that I can just link this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click get link. Anyone with the link can view. You cannot force a copy of a folder, which is quite annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but you can do this. So anyone with the link can view, and then just make sure all of these are anyone with the link can view, or these are all PDFs, so I don't have that issue. One thing you can do is make the first slide say, like in giant letters, like make a copy, so that people know to make a copy and not use that version, just in case they can for some reason edit it on accident. So that's an option. So you're going to get that link. You'll go again to create your landing page. But this time what you're going to do is you actually don't even need to send that email. You're just going to come down here. So I clicked on this little area with the subscribe button, and you can change this. Click web address and stick the address in here. So now when people click subscribe, they immediately go to this folder and they can see all of the freebies. So that is how you can do this as a super easy, free way in your Google Drive. You don't even have to have a website and you can still make this happen. All right, I realized that I forgot to tell you what the big problem with the free resource library on Google Drive is. The problem with that is that once you share this with somebody, anytime you post something new into this file, anybody who has access to the file can get it. The reason that is a potential issue is that if somebody joins your resource library, they join your email list, they can then unsubscribe from your email list, but they'll still get those new freebies. Now, you will be sending them emails, so they won't know that they're getting the new freebies, but they will still have access to everything in the folder. So if I add a new thing to this folder, anybody who has ever been shared this will get that new freebie, even if they've unsubscribed to my email list. That's the reason that I use the password protected one, so that I can change the password periodically. And whenever I do change the password, people have to still be on the email list in order to then get the new password. So if they have the old password and they unsubscribed, then they go to put it in and it doesn't work. So I do want you to bear that in mind. Now, the likelihood of like lots of people doing that and ripping you off is pretty slim. So I wouldn't be super stressed about it, but do be aware in the back of your mind that that is a possibility.
All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful and answered your question. If you have more blogging questions, or if you want to get started with the blog, I do want to mention that down below I have a free blogging email course. So when you sign up for that, it's completely free. I will send you an email once every day and just give you some information about how to set up a website, how to start a blog, how to get ideas, where to get content, like all of that kind of stuff to just kind of like get you off on the right foot. So do click the link down below if you are interested in that. And if you are a TPT seller or a teacher who would potentially like to grow an email list and create a brand and a business, then definitely hit the subscribe button too. Thanks so much for watching. Now I'll see you next time.